Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. It's Mary Jane. What's up, my peeps, my peoples? Let's talk about Married to Medicine Season 6, Episode 11 is going down. It seems like in this episode, the girls are not really feeling Contessa, and they ain't feeling Mariah, where Mariah feels like she wants to leave. She don't feel a part of the group. She feels like she don't belong anymore. And Aiden is feeling heartburn. He's feeling heartache because, he ain't really getting along with the guys right now. He usually gets along with them. And Contessa, basically, we got Simone calling her a victim. Like, you keep playing victim about your damn surgery. Like, I'm cool with it. And then Simone's also upset with Contessa because Contessa, actually is saying that, Toya hit her on purpose and all this other stuff. And so, Simone feeling a certain type of way. Jackie has been minding her P's and Q's. She's been quiet. Cecil's been quiet too as well. He's shocked to see what's going on and what's going down. And we got Toya talking about birth control pills make her feel erratic, make her feel crazy. That's why she's going off on the deep end. Then we get, Dr. Jackie talking about if you take too much testosterone with honey, women will start growing a penis. Their clitoria will be looking like a penis. It'll get so big. I'm like, damn, are you dropping jewels or you just messing with us? I was like, yo, you dropping jewels? Like, testosterone is going to make us get a penis? So, hey, maybe some people don't got to get surgery now if they want to change up. I was just like, okay, I reloaded. And Eugene, basically he was coming at Aiden too as well at the last dinner. I was like, shit, Eugene was in his feelings too as well. But I was like, now we see why Dr. Heavenly like her, daddy, because daddy knows how to apologize. Daddy knows how to admit when he's wrong. Dr. Damon, he's a stand-up guy too as well. So let's get into the episode. We have, Aiden and Mariah leaving the scene. They're leaving the dinner table. They feel upset. They're mad, and they're talking to Simone like, where's the protection for us? Mothers are off limits. Don't talk about mothers. Don't talk about families. Come on, no one's standing up for us. No one's saying anything for us. And Aiden was like, go back to your peoples. Like, that Mariah and Dr. Aiden are feeling a certain type of way because they're feeling like no one stand up and saying that it's wrong for Heavenly to talk about her mama. But, Mariah, I feel you. It's wrong talking about the mama because the mama, you'll get beat down back in high school when you talk about the mamas. But this situation is, Mariah, you was talking about Dr. Heavenly's husband, cheating with other males too as well. Even though Dr. Heavenly did say that her husband cheating and all this other stuff, and Heavenly did say that your husband had a little penis. I don't know how she know that information, but basically Aiden is not understanding that Mariah done said some foul shit. He doesn't get that Mariah is starting trouble too as well. Damon knows that Heavenly's talking shit and she's saying things and stuff like that, and he said he's gonna talk to her, but he's not putting Heavenly on a pedestal like she's not doing anything wrong. He knows she has some faults. But if it comes down to it, he's going to defend his wife regardless, just like, Dr. Aiden. But Dr. Aiden's not really accepting that Mariah's starting some of this shit too as well. She's running her mouth too as well. So we got that situation. So Aiden and Mariah, they go into their room. They left the table. They don't want to do business no more. They cool. I was like, this is from the previous episode. We just following up. So they go to their bedrooms and it is what it is. Then we wake up the next morning, they're having a barbecue, and, Eugene is making them baked beans and he put garlic in it. And, Toya's not feeling it. Plus, Eugene was like, them beans were nasty because it was turkey. And I was like, the turkey tastes different than it does in America. I was like, okay, Dr. Eugene, we feel you. We got you. So we have that situation. So now it's the next day. Everybody's waking up, getting ready to, for the barbecue. The ladies are outside. The males are in the kitchen. They're talking about the honey. The honey's good. Whatever that stuff is that make the men, testosterone go to the roof and make them maybe last longer and stay harder or whatever. So the guys are talking about that situation. The guys in the kitchen, they're cooling or whatever. And then we know that's when Cecil addresses, Dr. Aiden, Dr. Damon, I thought that Aiden said something bad about you, your wife, like he went off, like he threatened you, but only thing he said, like, family's off limits and mamas are off limits, and for you to get that upset and mad, it just really shocked me. I really thought he did something wrong to you or whatever. So that's when, Dr. Damon actually apologized, said he was sorry. He's going to talk to Dr. Heavenly, and basically he apologized for his behavior. He apologized for everything that went down. And, you know, Aiden was like, well, you know, I didn't do anything wrong. So Aiden really was like, you know, still defending himself and his wife. His wife, he's being self-righteous. Like, he's acting like he doesn't know that Mariah does anything wrong. But anyways, he feels like, you know, like, I didn't do anything. I didn't threaten you. I didn't come after you. I didn't try to fight you. I didn't try to do anything. You know, only thing I was saying is, like, mamas are off limits. But, you know, Quad made a good point when she goes, yeah, you want to say mamas are off limits, but when you talk about somebody's husband or wife, that's their family too as well. So you just can't say, oh, mamas are off limits when you are reading somebody's husband or wife, Mariah. So you know, Quad did have a good point too as well. Like, regardless, just like, let's not talk about each other, but mamas is not going to be off limits. You know, Heavenly is going to go back in that mama box and talk his shit. That's what it's going to be. And so we have that situation. But at this time in point, Dr. Aiden and Dr. Damon has made up. They shook hands. They hugged. And I don't think Aiden's going to talk to Mariah about anything that she has said, because right now he feels like Mariah is being picked on and she actually is the victim, and they keep talking about her mama and shit like that. So he's actually not seeing both sides of the you know, the situation. He's just only saying one side, and you can assume why, because that's his wife. So now all the ladies are by the pool, whatever, they chilling or whatever, they having a good time. Contessa is outside. She comes outside. She says, what's up to, you know, Toya. Toya totally ignored her, didn't want to say nothing to her. I was just like, damn, Contessa, if you felt like she hit you and she caused you to have a swollen breast and you couldn't leave and you couldn't do nothing, why would you just go up to her to hug her? Because I get that Contessa's trying to fit along with the group. She's trying to not have any type of situation with Toya too as well, because the last conversation that Toya and Contessa had, you know, earlier in the season, Contessa was trying to move forward and said, hey, let's just leave everything behind us and let's just move forward. And Toya didn't want to do that. She wanted to discuss each and every issue. So I see why Contessa did that, but it also comes off as fake too as well. And it's up to you guys. Do you believe Toya did it on purpose? Some people believe she did. Some people believe that she didn't do it as well. But, you know, Simone is feeling a certain type of way. She's not feeling Contessa, and she, you know, because she's like, yo, you know, it was an accident what Toya did to you, but you saying that she did it on purpose is not an accident. And it would have been nice if, you know, Quad or Dr. Heavenly went to, you know, Contessa and said, hey, Contessa, listen, I had a conversation with Toya, or we all discussed the situation that happened with, you know, Toya elbowing you or slapping your breast or whatever. So she knows that you feel that, you know, that she hit you on purpose. So Contessa was totally shocked, and, you know, like, she didn't know. But it's like, damn, Contessa, you didn't know that these women going to go behind your back and talk about you? They are Toya's friends first, and they are your friends. So it would have been nice if they would have gave Contessa the head up. But it seems like people are getting sick of Contessa or whatever. So, you know, Toya is refusing to speak to Contessa, and she's going to leave it like that. And there's like, basically, you know, Contessa, you need to own up to your own shit. You need to say what you need to say. You said she hit you on purpose. Say it, you know. But Contessa didn't address it. But Contessa said in her confessional that she believed Toya hit her on purpose. So if Contessa believes Toya hit her on purpose, then what's the need to even be her friend? What's the even need to be cool with her? What's the, like, if somebody hit me on purpose, why it has surgery and hurt me, they're supposed to be my friend, I'm not going to let that go, because that means they could do anything to try to hurt me or try to get at me. So I wouldn't even try to be a friend. But I think she's trying to get through this trip and try to be a part of the team too as well. But if I believe honestly that she did that, I wouldn't be trying to have a conversation with her, being cool with her, only the sake of that we're in Jamaica or whatever. So I'll be cool with her, but I'll kind of like keep my distance, and I wouldn't try to bend down and hug her after she owed me. I think she'll throw me in the pool. I think she'll kick me. I think she'll trip me. So we have that situation. So then we have Heavenly and, you know, Mariah. They get into their situation where, you know, Heavenly apologized that she shouldn't have said what she said. She shouldn't have went off. She's going to go see her doctor. She's going to do whatever. She said that she just went too far. And, you know, and so then Mariah basically was like, well, I didn't really do nothing wrong. Mariah is denying breaking the glass, you know, trying to have a weapon with the situation. And Mariah did apologize, basically saying she was prying and she was pulling into, you know, Quad's life. And my opinion is, I think Heavenly knew that Mariah was coming after, you know, Quad, even though Quad spoke plenty of times and said she didn't want to talk about her situation, but right with her husband, them getting a divorce. But right now the situation's hot. People want to know what's going on. And so Heavenly took it upon herself to get in the midst of it, because she wanted to have Quad's back, and she feels like Mariah was picking on her and being dirty about it. So she wanted to stop Mariah dead in her tracks. And plus, you know, Heavenly still pissed off at Mariah, accusing her husband of sleeping with other men too as well. And she don't like Mariah anyway. And then she can jump into this argument and get at Mariah because she know Quad is trying to protect her brand and be the nice, neat woman on the show or whatever while she's going through this divorce. So Heavenly couldn't hold back. She wanted to jump into it as well. And Mariah was thinking that, you know, some of the ladies got her back, especially after, you know, Simone was like, yes, I'm sick of Quad. We can't talk to her. She won't tell us of her business. You know, everything's off limits. I don't even think she should go to Jamaica. So that's what Simone said to, you know, Mariah. So Mariah is thinking that these ladies, that at least, you know, if Simone got her back, Jackie's going to have her back too as well, because, you know, Simone and Jackie are like 1-1. And it didn't happen that way. But Simone stayed quiet. Simone's beef was only with Contessa. But at first, before they went on this trip, the beef was with Quad not telling her business. So she switched up. And so we have, you know, Toya. Toya is upset with, you know, Contessa. So she leaves the situation basically and go inside. And she's talking to Heavenly. And, you know, Toya basically said we're going to have each other's back, you know, against Contessa and Mariah. So it's like Mariah's not a favorite. Either is Contessa right now at this point. But I think Contessa is a good person. I think she's a nice person. And I think she's feeling like, you know, she don't fit in. And these are Toya's friends, especially since her and Toya not getting along. So it's a sticky situation. So I'm just like, damn, what is going on? So Heavenly said what she had to say to Mariah, that, you know what, whatever, I'm sorry, it is what it is. Mariah is not taking her apology, is not believing that she's not going to talk about her mother anymore, but because we know that she done said this over and over and over. So Mariah still thinks that family should be off limits, but when you're at war and when you're battling, going back and forth, especially with Heavenly's going to call you B words, all types of names. She's not going to hold it in. She's not going to try to hide it or whatever. So you either get down to her level. Mariah did get down to her level and she broke a glass, and she tried to keep saying that she didn't break the glass. And even Toya was like, Toya told Heavenly, yes, she did break the glass on purpose. And she did. Like, she made a shank. She made a weapon. Who taught you how to do that? That's some street shit right there. That's some that's some prison type of situation. Then the glass broke. And then, you know, Mariah had the nerve to say, well, Heavenly, I broke the glass just like your husband Damon did on the last trip we took. And Heavenly was like, don't be mentioning my husband. Don't compare my husband to you at all. Don't, you know, basically, you know, she was like, don't even do that. He was sitting in a chair and the glass broke, you know, because of his strength. He wasn't angry or upset. You broke that glass because you was trying to shank me. That's what Heavenly really wanted to say. So she went inside and Toya followed right behind her, and they made a plan. We're going to get Mariah and Contessa. I was just like, okay, so here we go with the situation. So right now, Toya and Contessa are not really getting along at all, and Mariah and Heavenly are not getting along at all. They gonna say they're gonna try to get along. They're gonna try to respect each other, but it ain't. And you know, Simone is really, she's still upset with, you know, Contessa. The Contessa's in the circle and everything like that. And then she's also saying that, you know, Toya hit her on purpose. You know, it's not cool. You know, that allegation about saying that about Toya is not cool. I don't know if Toya did it on purpose, but if she has a childlike mentality, she could have done it on purpose. But damn, is she that mad at Contessa? But it seems like it. But be like, damn, why? How can you even be that mad at Contessa? Like, what did she really do? Just not show up to your events? Like, shit. She had a reason not to show up. She was having surgery. You know, her father was sick. He had cancer. It's like, damn, you don't get that? So we have that situation. And Jackie is just like, okay. Jackie was like, yeah, there's some things being said, Contessa. You don't know that the girls went back and told Toya that you said she did it on purpose. You hit her on purpose. So we have that situation. I was just like, damn. Excuse me. I was just like, yo, what's really going on with that situation? So now we're getting ready. We're about to have dinner. And they're all dressed up. They all look nice. Getting ready to go have dinner again. And then this is when Toya has her breakdown. Toya is asking people about, you know, their sex life and whatever, and how, you know, Simone and actually Cecil stayed together for so long. And she was like, well, it's basic. I'm basic with my basic self. I keep him happy. He satisfied. We've been together for 22 years. And then that's when Toya couldn't get over the word basic. She was like, why you keep saying basic? I feel like Toya got really upset with that word basic because she felt basic when it came to everybody at the table. She felt basic with her relationship. She just felt basic she has nothing else going on but building her house and taking care of the kids, which is not a bad thing at all. But most of the women that are surrounding her got something going on. Quad is on TV. Quad has Claude has a dog line, clothing dog line. She has a food. She she has cookbooks and things like that. So I think she feels basic. And then, she also felt like, damn, this trip was difficult. I don't know if it was either Simone or, Heavenly that told her that it's going to be hard planning these trips because these are some ungrateful mother suckers. So I don't know if it had to be Heavenly, because I can picture Heavenly saying mother effer. So we have that situation. I was just like, damn, and she was blaming it on the birth control pills. She was arguing with Eugene. Eugene is trying to say, let Simone say what she needs to say. Let her talk. Stop. And she was just going in. She was yelling, and then she started to cry. And then, Simone got up, to try to, before then Eugene and, Toya was talking. She was just basically belittling, Eugene. Eugene was like, you can't be the boss. You can't be control of everything. You can't rule everything. Basically he's trying to tell her, sit back, relax. You can't control what people say and how they feel and what comes out of their mouth. And basically it's like Toya could think like, yeah, she can't control, Contessa, especially with her situation, her having surgery, her father being sick and her choosing to be with her kids and her husband, and you know what I'm saying? Like, she tried to control Contessa. Like, you should have called me this minute, that minute. Yeah, Contessa, if she got a free minute, she should have called her. But the last thing on her mind was thinking about a party. Like, anybody in that right mind would be like, yo, you got some real serious medical issues going on with your family and yourself. So call me when you feel like it. But if they're really supposed to be friends, she was supposed to call and let her know what's up. So it seems like they ain't really close. It just seems like, I think Contessa is just moving back from Toya because she's seeing the TV side of Toya. And Toya's confused. Toya don't really have a storyline. She don't have a lot going on in her situation. Eugene's trying to tell her, you can't attack people for what they say. They're yelling and screaming. They come back to the table, and then, Toya was just mean. Like, she was like, I got the biscuit in my hand. If you have the biscuit, that's the only way that you can talk. She even threw the biscuit at Eugene. Like, what's going on? Like, does she be breaking down? I don't know if she was intoxicated. I don't know if she took some edibles. I don't know if it was the birth control pills. I don't know what went down, but she was really having a breakdown. And Simone, she just started crying. And, Contessa's looking at her like, that's what you get, bitch. And Quad is just looking at her like, Everybody's just looking. They don't know what to say. So, Simone gets up and takes, Toya to the bathroom, calms her down. She comes back to the table and she's a little bit okay. She's better. But then she picks the argument with, again with, Mariah and, Aiden and actually, Heavenly and Dr. Damon. Basically, she was like, I hope that we can get along on this trip. I hope there's no more arguments and anything like that, because now y'all men are fighting among each other. They're getting in front of each other's faces and like come on, this is crazy. I didn't plan for this trip to be like this, because Toya thought that she was gonna have this trip down packed, that it was gonna be perfect, there was not gonna be no problems, but it was too much pressure on her because it's like work, it's a job. It's too much pressure. She ain't used to that shit. She used to her job at home being mommy. So we have that situation, and nothing wrong with her being mommy. And so with that situation, that gets Mariah going. Mariah was like, I didn't do nothing wrong. And Aiden was like, I didn't get out my chair. I didn't say anything. I didn't say nothing about nobody's mom. I didn't say nothing. Heavenly just sitting there. Damon is quiet. And so then that's when Eugene jumped in, was like, yo, listen, like, we need, but it would seem like everybody was addressing Mariah. I think everybody believes that Mariah was the cause, and she started the whole situation by trying to force Quad to say something that she didn't want to say. When Quad gave a little bit and she gave some information, everybody wanted to move on from that, but Mariah didn't let it go, because Mariah was like, yo, you on this show, you getting paid, we want to know your business, fool. And Heavenly was like, oh no, Mariah, you ain't gonna outshine none of us tonight. I'm gonna get in your ass. So then Mariah was like, Mariah's talking to Aiden like, nobody got our back, nobody's our friends, we've been friends for years and all this other stuff, nobody ain't gonna say nothing, mamas are off limits and all this other stuff. And basically they're talking among each other, but they're saying it loud enough, basically, where Eugene jumps in, and Eugene was like, we can hear what you got to say. If these guys want to leave or go somewhere, or you want to address the whole group, because I can hear you. Like, Eugene was like, he's not feeling it. He's not feeling, he was not feeling Aiden, and he wasn't feeling Mariah too in the same goddamn breath. And he was acting just like Toya usually acts. So Toya, rubbed off on Eugene. We seen Eugene step up with his balls swinging, coming after Mariah and Aiden. And Aiden was like, yeah, we've been friends. And then, Mariah was like, I don't think we fit anymore. I don't think we belong here, and so Aiden was like, yeah, these are supposed to be your friends. Like, I don't think they're your friends anymore. So we have that situation. And basically, Toya was like, ain't nobody attacking you or whatever. So Aiden and Mariah, they get up and they leave from the table. They ain't trying to hear it because Quad made a good point. Quad was like, you don't want nobody talking about moms, but when you're talking about husbands and wives, that's the same thing as family. Consider it just as much. So then, at that point, it was just like Mariah was gone, Jackie was quiet, Cecil was quiet, Curtis was quiet, even Heavenly was quiet. And then, and Aiden kept saying, I didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't get out my chair. I didn't get in nobody's face. And then Mariah's basically saying, we didn't do nothing wrong. We didn't do nothing wrong at all. And, Aiden made a good point. Like, yo, why is your wife attacking me, talking about I'm cheating on my wife? Aiden, you cheated on your wife, but Dr. Damon, from what we know, he didn't cheat on his wife. So, when someone lies on you like that, that's a blow. That's really trying to hurt somebody's family, their relationship, and separate them. That's even worse than talking about somebody's mama, when you're trying to absolutely break up somebody's marriage with a rumor that you spread on TV. Where people are going to start doing their investigation, and anybody can come up and say, hey, I slept with Dr. Damon. We already know that somebody's going to come up and say that they slept with Dr. Damon after this season. So we have that situation, and basically, it is what it is. Simone said, you better hope you can get to 22 years. Hopefully they get to 22 happy years, because last year and almost a year before last, and you guys had them 2 houses, you motherfuckers wasn't happy at all. You couldn't stand the sight or the touch of Cecil, but thank God you worked through it and you guys are back together. And so it is what it is. Mariah and Aiden, they walk off, they leave. They don't feel like they don't belong together. They don't belong in a group anymore. And the word on the street is from Michelle Brown that Married to Medicine is actually looking for new contestants, new people to be on the show. So I don't know if Mariah is actually going to exit. I don't know if Contessa is going to exit. And I don't know if Toya is going to exit. Because I think like Mariah and Jackie are like and Dr. Heavenly are so of the show unless they're leaving. So we might actually be getting some new people, because these same arguments are just redundant now. It's just like, I don't know if Quad's leaving because she's on Sister Circle, but some people might be leaving. That's allegedly, that's the rumor. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I heard. So we have that situation, and dinner's over, and then so basically, all the couples are sitting at the table talking. It was like, I don't know how we can get her to understand that we're not against her. Basically, Mariah, how we can get this back together. And Eugene was like, that's something they got to figure out. Let them figure that out. They're the ones that got to feel comfortable around the group, not us. Basically, that's what he's saying. And Eugene was in his shit. I think Eugene's tired. He's tired. He's just tired. He's like, it's way too much. So basically, everybody goes in, and Toya was talking about it's the birth control pills that's making her have these outbursts and shit like that. So everybody's going in. They go inside, they go to sleep, then they wake up, and then the next day, and they going on a boat, and we have, what's her name? Toya and Dr. Heavenly almost got on the same outfit, and they're talking. You see how big them women asses are? They was not playing in them suits. So basically, Mariah was like, we planned the love boat thing. We're going to get on a boat, blah, blah, blah. And she was acting like she was going to get a big yacht, but it was a regular boat. And someone was like, I don't want to hear nothing about the boat that I rented, because this boat is the same thing. I was like, okay. They got nothing but good-looking men on that boat. And Dr. Heavenly was like, hell yeah, they better have men, because last time we had women all up in my husband's face. So we have that situation going on. It seems like everything is going well. There's no problem. And then we have, Simone. She said something to Contessa about, I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad to have you back. I'm glad you rejoined the group. So welcome back to the group again. And then that's when Contessa said, yeah, because, I was hurt in my surgery, whatever. Then Simone went in, because, Simone goes in. When she gets on these boats, she talks shit. Because remember, she was talking shit to Quad last season when she got drunk on the bus. Like, yeah, you are the baby. You get away with everything. So now it was, Simone going in like, I'm tired of hearing you talking about your surgery. You always playing a victim. All we hear is victim, victim, victim. And she was like, Contessa was like, I don't know what happened. Contessa's like, yo, where's this coming from? My breast was just swollen. I just got hurt. I really just had surgery. And it was like, Simone can get very ignorant when she wants to. And she was like, I don't care about your surgery. That's all we hear about your surgery. You can't couldn't join us because of your surgery. Your surgery this. You haven't worked for 3 weeks of your surgery. Basically, and she's yelling. Simone is yelling and screaming. It was like, fuck you, Contessa. I was like, oh no. Aiden's running to see to make sure it's not Mariah. All the guys come through, and then we see that there's I know Contessa's feeling like she's being attacked. I'm just like, damn. And the guys was like, oh no, they're back at it again. The guys can't. They was like, damn, this has been going on for years. It's like, damn, when these guys gonna ever get along? That's the thing. It's like, when they gonna ever get along? We got some Contessa breaking down crying. We have Simone. She's gonna break down crying next episode. And we got Toya breaking down, crying. Heavenly ain't crying. She just throwing shots. Mariah is swinging and breaking glasses, ready to shank a motherfucker. She ain't playing. If you coming for Mariah, she's coming to cut you. She ain't gonna let you beat her up on TV. So we have that situation. I was just like, damn. And, you know, I was like, Simone, where did that come from? Why did you just get so mad and so upset, Contessa? The guys get there and they break the shit up. So it was crazy. You know, Mariah and Heavenly in their situation. So Mariah don't supposed to say nothing to Heavenly, don't supposed to say nothing to, you know, Quad. They're supposed to, and they're supposed to leave it like that. But we know it ain't gonna be like that because they're gonna talk, and they did talk. So we'll see next episode. Peace and out, one love.